Okay, how you guys doing? I look terrible. Jesus Christ, I got this big thing on my neck too. That thing looks terrible. I'm gonna pray it broke out for some reason. But I just wanted to do a quick video on Rolex once again. I'm not painting right now. Actually, I am working, so I thought I'd do a quick 5-minute video to kind of talk about the cultural phenomenon behind Rolex. Somebody just called me. Uh, okay, and what is the cause? The title is wrong, but what is the cause and when did this happen with Rolex to the point where you can barely buy them? And this is not a speculation video. I'm going to really try to nail it down, and I want you guys to comment as well. See how junky this is my studio. So I got painting everywhere. Um, There's fan. The fan is for the paint. Open the windows up, blow the fan, so it doesn't have that smell and all that. In wintertime it's rough because it gets really cold where I live. But I say around 2015, 2016, I used to live in Chicago, and I would visit this one particular AD very often. And just kind of talk to him about the Rolexes and all that sort of thing. And at the time, he was fully stocked. This AD was outside the city of Chicago, not actually in the city. They were on the news about a year or two ago, so you know what I'm talking about. But suffice to say, the staff was extremely friendly, extremely helpful, extremely encouraging. And the guys, one particular fella, would always tell me, buy these things now. And man, I should have too. We'll keep going. But that was in 2015, I think, 2016. These things were fully stocked. I remember even trying on um, Submariners, you name it, Explorer 2. At the time, I wanted an Explorer 2, so my tastes have changed since then. But so I fast forward. I'm back in Ohio. Now you're talking 2017, so 2018. Now the stock is kind of scarce. Okay, so we could pinpoint the time frame of 2018 or so, 2017-ish. 2018 is the when the stock started being kind of scarce. You was having a bit of a hard time getting your hands. Hey, what's up, Lux Report? I'm doing a quick video on the cultural phenomenon behind Rolex and when these things started flying off the shelf, when, where, and how. And I'm trying to put together a couple of events that happened at one time. I don't want to go longer than 5 minutes. I'm actually working. I got a meeting at 11 too. So, but so I did a slight bit of research. I'm kind of lazy. I got so much stuff going on. So the why of the cultural phenomenon behind Rolexes and other luxury items as well, I think it kind of coincides with the popularity of Instagram around 2018 when they were at their highest user count, over 1 billion. So I'm thinking right around that time when the so-called they call it flexing, but people were on the internet, on Instagram in particular, um, watches, taking pictures of their watches, their luxury items, and showing them off, making these photo shoots and all that, because we can't put it back toward entertainers, i.e. Politicians aren't entertainers, but politicians, athletes, musicians, and a subset of musician rappers. Rappers have been rapping about Rolexes since the 80s. Throw your rollies in the air and all that. I mean, that's been around. So you can't put that on them, because back in the 90s and whatever, 2000, you could still walk into the store, Rolex AD, and buy a Rolex. So you can't put that on the entertainment sector or athletes. I think it's just a perfect storm of Instagram, um, Facebook, and entertainers. Like I said, they do play a part in all this. New media, online, social media, and all that. And maybe even Rolex, kind of rolled out a different way of marketing and kind of taking advantage of this new media and changing the way they distribute their watches and whatnot. And maybe the ADs as well took heed to what Rolex was doing and did the same thing. Or maybe it's just a byproduct of people going into the dealerships, influenced by social media, influenced by, like I say, the entertainers and all that still do play a part, but they've been around since the '60s and whatnot. I think Lyndon B. Johnson, that's why they named him president. The president was it Johnson? That was in '65, I think. Um, Hell, King wore Rolex. I mean, a lot of Warhol had a collection. So these people were out here back in those days with these watches and whatnot. So perfect storm of Rolex marketing, probably Instagram, Facebook groups, entertainers and whatnot. Oh, by the way, I seen a video with Jadakiss. I'm not sure if you're familiar. You guys are familiar with Jadakiss. He's a rapper using the locks, uh, monetary control. That's good insight. And they hope, yes, that's true too. And I think people are starting to realize that as well. Rolexes are better than walking around with a brick of gold on you, a gold bullion or whatever, or some expensive ass coin that somebody might question you about. Because I do kind of collect coins here. And I used to collect coins. I'm trying to get back into it. I had a lot of coins. That's a different thing. But so Jadakiss, I seen a video with Jadakiss. He had ran into that one tennis star. I can't even think of her name. Her boyfriend is a rapper. And Jadakiss had on a sermon. Looked nice. But his outfit was, he looked, Jadakiss is like a hardcore New York street rapper. But he had on this outfit, looked like he was selling tacos at the beach or something. But, I mean, it was a nice outfit, but it just didn't look like his stilo, his sensibilities and whatnot. So it was kind of funny. But he had these like surf shorts on, and he just did a versus where he just did this sick freestyle, just rapping about how he's from the streets, hardcore, blah blah blah. And I see this video of him from out this restaurant with him in these surf shorts and this funny T-shirt, but he had that sermon on. It was pretty dope. And another tangent, the young lady, the tennis player, I can't even think of that girl's name, but she's dating YB and Corday, I think his name is. She had dude talking so much slang, she had no idea what Jadakiss was saying to her. It was funny, but he had that dope sermon on. It looked good on him, and I do see people walking around with Rolexes. Not where I live, but when I go out of town, and the Rolexes just don't fit what their style is. They're just buying these watches because they're popular. Like when I bought this Datejust, I like it. It's not a very popular watch, but I liked it. I went through a whole long, agonizing ordeal as to what I think I can get my hands on. And the reason I could have got a Submariner from this AD because my parents have a relationship with this particular AD, not for watches, but for other items and whatnot. But I wanted the Datejust. He even offered me a Submariner like a year later or so, which I said I really don't want one, but now I kind of want one now, but I really want a bluesy. That's another thing. So you see people walking around with these watches on that really don't fit their sensibilities. So that's part of the phenomenon of Rolex and all that. And they're just buying these watches because they're popular, I think. And some of these folks are wearing these watches are too big or whatnot, or they just don't look right. You know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, that's a good point. Luxury form. I'm at 10 minutes, damn. But so yeah, that's what I kind of think. It's a combination, a perfect storm of a lot of things. New media, internet, Instagram, like you say. You can walk around with this watch on your wrist. It's almost like having your bank, some extra bank on your wrist. Something happened to you, something go wrong. It's actually better than having all that money, especially nowadays. It's actually better to have some of your money in some sort of liquid asset that's highly liquid, outside of a bank, because banks are, they seem kind of shaky. I mean, I don't know, I'm not a financial person, look at my bank account, But so that's about it. I want to see what you guys think about what I said. And then it's further exasperated by YouTube. All these the YouTube people, um, their videos, and just the popularity of the whole thing. And people who are speculators outside of Rolex, like I said, people who collect other things, comic books, coins, and people who just got money. They're like, well, you know what? Um, and maybe I should buy some of these things. I'm rich. I'll buy some. I want some now. And like you said, Lux Report. These things are good to have. I seen this movie with it's called Dirty John. It's about this creepy guy who's dating this rich lady in Orange County, California, and her daughter had a yeah, that too. Because last time I bought a Rolex, her two more points I'm gonna go, but her daughter had a was it a Chanel, is it Hermes or Chanel purse? Because she wanted to hire a private detective. So she took the purse. It was a limited edition purse. She took it to the store, to the place. Lady's looking at it and she's like, "Oh, this is a so and so." She's like, "Damn right." So she used that purse to hire a private detective to. This is a true story. Used that purse, the money, to hire a private detective to further incriminate this creepy dude and all that. She ended up killing the guy in the end of the movie, but she stabbed the guy. But cause he attacked her though. Did you see this movie, Dirty John? It was crazy. It was a crazy movie, craziest movie ever. But a luxury item was the impetus for her to be able to get more information about uh, this guy dating her mom, this psychopath dating her mom. So luxury items saved this girl's life and her mom's life. Okay, not really, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna sign out. I gotta get ready for this meeting. But yeah, I agree with you, Lux Report. I'm gonna tell you something else too. Last few times I've been to a Rolex dealer, actually, to when I bought my watch, I'm not sure what the popularity of Breitlings are, but every time I go in there to talk to the dude or whatever, those Breitling people are buying those Breitling. I'm not sure where they stand right in the hierarchy of luxury items, but I see young people they're buying those Breitlings. The ones where I'm at in Ohio. Every time I go in there, there's somebody buying a Breitling or very interested in buying a Breitling. The last few times I've been there, they were actually selling a Breitling to somebody, so they must be popular. I'm not sure where they stand, and I think they're kind of expensive too, but some of them are kind of nice. I like them. But hell, I like tags, shit. But I gotta run. That's a good point, Lux Report. I'm gonna try to get back on this later around 4 o'clock. Let me see what you say. Out of all the watch brands in the world, I don't understand why people want Rolex so much. I'm obsessed about me. They're not the highest or the best variety. Yeah, there's people that's like them, like I said, in their media hype, some of their movies, Glengarry Glenn Ross, that one movie with that vice president. They kind of always focus on his Rolex and whatnot. That show billions, you know. And like I said, if I had more cash, I would definitely waver outside of Rolex because there's some other watches that are outside of Rolex that I actually do want. Like I said, I don't mind tag. I don't mind text. I like those. Those are hella expensive. Um, my buddy, he was AP about 5 to 6, 7 years ago, but he's very, very well off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Um, so let me run. Um, I think that's what happened with Rolex, and for all we know, they might um, they do product placements and all that. Tiger Woods and all that, and these different athletes, and soccer players, and you got these guys, LeBron James, and politicians, Biden, he wore the date just and all that. You know, these political figures over the years, you know what I mean? Dalai Lama, I think he got a Rolex. So it's just a combination of all this, and you got the internet. You can research, Google all this stuff, and see it on Instagram. And you're like, hell, I got money. I'm gonna buy me a Rolex. And you go on YouTube, you start watching these videos, you start learning about them. You start going to the AD, you know, and that just brings out a whole nother segment of people who I got coffee on, who want to buy these things. All right, thanks for watching Lux Report. Uh, Hublot is like that. I love Hublot, but they hella push celebrity endorsements. I was at a Hublot store a few weeks ago too, up in oh man, Las Vegas. Yeah, I was in a Hublot store. I went to the Rolex store. I went to the Hublot store. I couldn't get in the Louis store. The line. I don't feel like waiting in a line. The Rolex store. Look, they should do karaoke in the Rolex stores. Now they're empty. They might as well just put. They might as well rent them out and do other things. Have bingo in Rolex stores. Do Rolex bingo. Do karaoke. That's my next video. The top 5 things to do in a Rolex store besides sell Rolex. That's my next video. All right. All right. Thank you for watching. I will talk to you later on.